Good morning, Pittsburgh. Thank you for tuning in to another fantastic episode of Daybreak. I'm Taylor Spirito.
And I'm Nick Tomarello. On today's episode, Point Park's adjunct faculty members finally have a new contract agreement after their old one expired on August 1st. We have the details.
And one building on campus has a new look in the front lobby. Find out why the change was made and if tuition dollars were used in the making of that renovation.
It's officially October, and as the weather cools down, we're getting in the autumn spirit with Breaking It Down with Bree host Brianna McCall.
And of course, our reporters will catch you up to speed, on everything you need to know in sports, tech, national, and entertainment news.
Wake up and smell the coffee, Pittsburgh. Daybreak starts right now.
Start your mornings with us, only on Daybreak.
So Nick, it's officially October, and I know that we've been saying this literally since the show started this semester, but it feels like it just keeps getting hotter and hotter and hotter, and I'm so
fall.
confused. It is fall. I'm so confused. It's October. I broke my sweaters out. I've got some ripped jeans that I really want to wear, and I can't yet. I'm so sad.
No, in the morning you always dress warm, and then in the evening it's like really cold, or even vice versa, and you have to wear layers and a whole bunch of other things. But hopefully it'll cool off. I have a feeling that it's not. But we have Breaking It Down with Bree host Brianna McCall doing the weather for us today. Bree, please give us some good news.
Thanks, guys. I definitely agree. I am so ready to bring out the hoodies and all of my fall clothes. Now, looking into this weekend's weather, as you can see, we are starting out with a low of 82, and we're dropping down to low 66 in the evening. And then going into Saturday, we're finally looking at that 60-degree weather. We have a high of 69 with some clouds throughout the day. But as we go into Sunday, we are looking at a temperature of 72 degrees, and then we're dropping down to 52 with some rain for the weekend. That's all I have for weather today. Back to you guys at the couch.
Okay, so again, really, really high in the morning and during the day, but then we're dropping into the 50s.
Yeah.
So maybe next week we're going to get some of that cold weather.
Yeah, and this is that weird transition period too, because it's super cold in our classrooms here at Point Park. So I always dress super warm in the mornings, even if it's not too cold in the mornings, because I don't want to be cold in my classrooms. And then I walk outside to transition from going to like West Penn to academic or something like that.
Yeah.
And I get so hot. It's so weird, and I don't like it.
Sweating is not fun, and having to go back and forth between what we're wearing is not fun either. But hey, stick up, because here is your campus news.
Protest. Point Park's adjunct faculty members finally reached a tentative contract settlement. According to a press release from the United Steelworkers, the tentative contract will run for 3 years and include a pay raise per semester through spring 2022. The press release also says that Point Park's adjunct faculty teaches half of the classes at the university, and that this new contract will cover 340 adjunct faculty members. The tentative contract now has to be ratified by the members of United Steelworkers Local 1088.
Renovations to the academic hall lobby desk were completed this past Friday. Physical Plant Vice President of Operations Chris Hill said that the old lobby desk was built in 2001, when both the Boulevard of the Allies and 3rd Avenue entrances were in use. The new configuration will help improve the flow of faculty, students, and staff, and allow the desk attendants to better utilize the space. Tuition dollars have not been spent on the renovation. Thayer Hall residents will still be required to follow the after-hour change, entering Lawrence Hall from 10 p.m. to 6 in the morning.
Pittsburgh's Bureau of Police is hosting a free student police academy here at Point Park. The academy is open to high school students in the area, and it will give them an insight into what the daily life of a police officer is like. Sessions will include training replicant of the real police academy, and students will get to experience the basics of being a police officer. These classes will take place every Wednesday from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. for 10 weeks at Point Park. So, Nick, I know that I was really confused when I saw the desk being renovated in academic.
Yeah.
I remember walking in and just seeing stuff everywhere. And I really like that desk. I thought it looked really cool.
Yeah, they did. They made it a lot smaller just because a couple years ago we used to utilize the entrance and exit that goes out onto the Boulevard of the Allies, and then they started just making it an emergency exit. So the desk is a lot smaller now, and they obviously just focus on that 3rd Avenue entrance. And also, going on with that, they did some new things. If you noticed the television sets that are along the wall, they recently updated those too. But I did talk, as I said, Chris Hill, he said that none of the tuition dollars have gone towards that specific renovation.
That's really, really cool.
Yeah. Well, don't go anywhere because after the break, our sports reporter will tell you how the Steelers secured the gold with their first win of the season.
And the city of Pittsburgh needs your help in a giant game of hide and seek. Find out what happened and how to contribute when we come back.
Go. Go to our new website, uview.plainpark.edu. Go, 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 go.
Join UView and find your herd.
Be like, join EOP. And 3, 2, join EOP.
I was just saying, grab them now, or else I can listen.
Yeah.
Join On Point with Politics.
3, 2, 1.
Join Pioneer Sideline.
Loneliest number that you'll ever do.
Welcome back to Daybreak. I'm Kiara Fry with the latest in Pittsburgh sports. Pittsburghers can finally wave those terrible towels high and proud. The Pittsburgh Steelers defeated the Cincinnati Bengals 27-3 on Monday to get their first win of the season at Heinz Field. Mason Rudolph commanded the offense in his second straight start of the season, stepping up as the Steelers' starting quarterback since Big Ben is out with a shoulder injury. According to NFL.com, Rudolph completed 24 of his 28 passes for 229 yards and 2 touchdowns. Although Rudolph had more pass play opportunities against the Bengals, Pittsburgh still relied on the run game Monday night. James Conner and Jalen Samuels combined for more than 200 yards and 2 more touchdowns. And the Steelers were just as strong defensively. Rookie linebacker Devin Bush got his first career sack with a 9-yard takedown of Andy Dalton in the first quarter, setting the tone for the Steelers' defense. The Pittsburgh Steelers will be back in action on home turf again on Sunday, facing another AFC North rival, the Baltimore Ravens. And tossing it from the field to the ice, the Pittsburgh Penguins finished up their preseason on Saturday against the Buffalo Sabres. The Penguins fell to the Sabres in a 3-2 shootout at PPG Paints Arena. Pittsburgh finished preseason with a 2-1-3 record. And with regular season getting started, there are some names on the Penguins injury report that Pittsburghers probably aren't happy to see. According to ESPN, Brian Rust and Zach Trotman are both out with long-term injuries, and Captain Sidney Crosby and Alex Galchenyuk both appeared on the injury report as day-to-day after the final preseason matchup. The Penguins opened the regular season against the Sabres on home ice last night, and that's everything black and gold you need to know this week. Let's send it back to the couch with Taylor and Nick.
Thank you so much, Kiera. Now, I want to talk about hockey because it's no secret that I'm a big hockey person, but I want to talk about Alex Galchenyuk because he came over here in a trade. Yeah, I know. He came over in a trade from Phil Kessel.
Okay.
So Nick is not a big sports guy, but you know
No,
Phil
I
Kessel.
do. Yeah, the beard.
Yes, exactly. He was the one that ate the hot dogs, even though he didn't really like hot dogs, pro tip. But yeah, Alex Galchenyuk came here in a trade. You know, Phil Kessel went over to Arizona. Alex Galchenyuk came here, but he's been making a really big name for himself here in Pittsburgh. He was so excited to come here, and I'm really sad to see that he is on the injured list. I know that it's not as serious as Brian Rust's injury, but I'm still sad to see him on the injured list because he was so excited to get the season started, and he's got some big shoes to fill, and Phil Kessel.
I just want the Penguins to win. I've only been to one game personally at PPG Paints Arena. I want to go back again, but
can we go this year?
Hopefully. I enjoy watching them. Hockey's fun.
Hockey
Go
is
Penguins.
very fun. Go Penguins, go Pittsburgh. But speaking of Pittsburgh, here's your city news.
The offices of the mayor and city clerk are searching for lost or missing records and artifacts of the city. According to a press release, the city started cataloging historical materials and records in 2016. Through the process, the city realized that lost items had likely been taken from offices and facilities for years. Records and artifacts can range from maps of the city and infrastructure, blueprints of buildings and bridges, and even minute books from the city council and commissions. The city of Pittsburgh will pardon those who may have stolen property from the city or authority.
The Pennsylvania House of Representatives advanced House Bill 1066 this past week, which allows the National Rifle Association to sue municipalities that approve gun safety laws. State Representative Mark Keller proposed the bill, stating that it addresses, quote, how local governments continue to pass ordinances regulating firearms in defiance of state law, end quote. Pittsburgh Mayor Bill Peduto said in a statement that the city will oppose the bill to protect their citizens, and he calls on state lawmakers to join him in opposition. He also commends Governor Tom Wolf for promising to veto the bill if it reaches his desk.
Pittsburgh Emergency Medical Services received the American Heart Association Elite Status Award on Monday. According to a press release, the honor recognizes the critical life-saving role of EMS in providing care to patients suffering from a heart attack. The American Heart Association's Director of Quality Systems Improvement presented the award to Chief Ron Romano, who accepted it on behalf of the Bureau. According to Pittsburgh EMS, 2019 is the second year in a row that the Bureau received this award. Well, congratulations to them for winning that 2 years in a row, National Heart Association, and it all focuses on heart attacks.
I know, and it's such a high honor to receive that award. I mean, you know, out of the amount of candidates that they had, you know, it's a huge honor, especially like you said, 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
Like, that's absolutely crazy. And kudos to those guys. I mean, that's absolutely incredible. But coming up, President Donald Trump is stirring up some controversy with his latest series of tweets and his phone call with the president of Ukraine.
Yeah, that's right, Taylor. To tell you all of the details, we bring in Maddie Gillespie for her Daybreak debut. Maddie?
Thanks, Nick and Taylor. President Donald Trump has recently been accused of trying to influence the 2020 election by asking the Ukrainian president to investigate former Vice President Joe Biden and his son Hunter. The complaint made by the whistleblower also said that the White House moved the memo into a more heavily restricted computer system meant for highly classified information in order to restrict access to the file. A rough transcript released by the White House shows that Trump repeatedly pushed Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky to investigate the Biden family. Earlier in the week, Trump said that he was trying to find out the name of the person who blew the whistle on his conversation with Zelensky. If Trump were to follow through with this claim, he could potentially violate laws meant to protect whistleblowers. The whistleblower's lawyer sent a letter to the acting director of national intelligence, Joseph McGuire, expressing serious safety concerns for their client as Trump continues to target them. In a series of tweets, Trump said, quote, I want to meet not only my accuser, who presented second and third-hand information, but also the person who illegally gave this information, which was largely incorrect, to the whistleblower, end quote. He also said, quote, was this person trying to spy on the U.S. president? Big consequences, end quote. Trump also said that whoever provided the whistleblower with information about his call with Zelensky is, quote, close to a spy, end quote, and said that in the old days, spies were dealt with differently.
The House Intelligence Committee Chairman Adam B. Schiff, along with 5 other committees, will lead an investigation into the whistleblower's allegations, which could then lead to a full chamber vote to impeach the president. That's what's happening in national news. Let's send it back to the couch with Nick and Taylor.
Thanks, Maddie. Don't go anywhere because after the break, Kit Kats are revamping. Find out how their change will positively impact the environment.
And breaking it down with Bree host Brianna McCall will be joining us on the couch for a fantastic fall-themed game. You won't want to miss it.
The United Student Government at Point Park University, working since the 1970s to solve the issues that matter to you. What concerns do you have about the university? Student life, safety, food service? Send us an email to studentconcerns@pointpark.edu or stop by our office on the 7th floor of the Student Center. You can also attend our weekly open meetings on Mondays at 3:15. Follow us on social media at USG_PPU for more. The United Student Government, by the students, for the students.
The Point Park Sports Network, bringing you live coverage of Pioneer Athletics on Stretch Internet, the home of the River States Conference and the NAIA. Subscribe today for complete access to the Point Park volleyball, baseball, basketball, and soccer teams. Watch live and on-demand broadcasts and don't miss a minute of Point Park Athletics. Head to pointparksports.com/live for broadcast listings. The Point Park Sports Network, your streaming home for Point Park Athletics.
3, 2, 1.
Please visit our website. Please, it's a nice website. Please visit our website. Please.
If you have ever watched television, whether accidentally or on purpose, YouView is for you.
Welcome back to Daybreak. I'm Trish Marias with your timely tech news. Since becoming popular in the 70s, Kit Kats have been synonymous with their enticingly glossy bright red wrapper that could take decades to decompose. According to the manufacturing company Nestle, Japan alone tops the market as the biggest consumer of Kit Kats, with over 300 assorted flavors, racking over 4 million individual sales every day. However, along with the success, the company has noticed its increasing role in contributing to the worldwide plastic pollution crisis. So to help tackle this issue, Nestle, in partnership with Kit Kat Japan, has recently announced its decision to replace plastic candy packaging with biodegradable origami paper. To prolong its use, the structure of the paper wrapper is specifically crafted to be steady and malleable enough to be reused as origami. Inside of these individual paper wrappers will contain step-by-step instructions on how to fold the paper into various origami shapes, including the well-known paper crane. Nestle's goal is to only produce 100% recyclable packaging with an aim to reduce an estimate of over 800,000 pounds of plastic waste from landfills each year. Newly remodeled versions of these Kit Kats are expected to hit stores worldwide by 2020. That's all for tech. Let's send it back to the couch with Taylor, Nick, and Breaking It Down with Bree host Brianna McCall for some fun fall favorites.
Welcome back, Daybreak. Today we have a special game called Never Have I Ever Fall Edition. If you're not familiar with Never Have I Ever, basically you have a card with questions that say I have or I have not, and the winner, the person to get the most I haves, is the loser of the game. So that's how we're going to do this today. We have some questions that relate to fall, and let's go ahead and get right into it. So the first question, hide your cards because we can't see. The first question is, never have I ever had pumpkin spice anything. Okay, ready, set,
I'm
go.
ready. I have.
I have not.
I have not.
I decided not to join the trend when it was a whole thing. I didn't do it.
I actually tried it for the first time here.
Really?
Seriously?
Yeah, just maybe a month ago.
How was it?
Wow.
It was good, but you have to get, if you're getting anything pumpkin spice, it has to be hot.
Really?
Really?
I'm not a fan of pumpkin.
Yeah.
I'm also not. I like pumpkin seeds a lot.
If you do get like the pumpkin spice cold, it has to be that cold brew.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Might have to try it.
Yeah.
All right, next. Never have I ever been to a haunted house. Okay. You ready? Set, go.
I have not.
Seriously?
I have!
I don't like to be scared.
Please, we
Haunted
have to
houses
go.
are
It's
one
so
of my
fun.
favorite things to go to.
Go to Fright Night or a haunted house.
No.
It's super fun.
Oh my gosh,
okay.
what's it called? 100 Acre Manor here in Pittsburgh. It's like in
Yeah.
Bethel Park, I think. I went there twice my freshman year.
should
It was
go.
so
No,
No,
fun.
I hate
Oh my
being
gosh.
scared. And see, it's funny
Daybreak
because
Coast-Date?
I would. You two can, yeah.
And Nick!
I would love to
We
scare
can put you
people.
in the middle, like
But
we
being
can protect
scared.
you.
Mm-mm. Yeah, okay, I'll just huddle in the middle. I'll look
Just
down.
duck
I'll
down.
be that one person. Don't they like wear necklaces to know like not to come up to those people?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll wear that.
They do
Don't
that
come
at Cedar Point. I went there and there were people in line to get scared that had those necklaces. I was like, what are you doing?
We'll take it off. Okay, next. Never have I ever dressed as a pumpkin for Halloween. Okay, you guys ready?
Yeah,
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
I have not.
I have not.
I have.
I don't think I have.
As a baby, I think that was my first Halloween costume, was a
Really?
pumpkin. And then the next year I was Blue's Clues.
Oh, that's so cute.
I was a very cute kid. I don't know
Okay,
what
I don't
have
think I was cute. I
A
didn't
really
have-
quick story about outfits and costumes. So one year I was a cowboy, and
I was a cowgirl.
and my mom didn't like guns, so first I had to call guns water squirters, and then also my guns were bananas.
I'm
So
dead.
I literally had bananas in my holsters.
That's amazing.
Walking around, little Nick, cowboy with banana guns.
With a
I
banana.
love it.
Okay, moving on. Never have I ever went pumpkin picking. Think about this. Okay, you guys ready?
I'm ready.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
Definitely. Who hasn't?
I have.
haven't.
Ah! Damn it,
You've
I
never
haven't.
gone?
So, okay, I don't know if this would technically count, but I go apple picking a lot, and while we're apple picking, we just pick up pumpkins there. We never went to like a specific pumpkin farm to get
Okay.
pumpkins.
You get like half a point.
Okay.
I think
Did you pick
half
up
of
a pumpkin
finger.
though? Did you leave with a pumpkin?
yes,
or
but
apple?
again, it wasn't like a specific like, hey, we're going to get pumpkins. It was
Yeah.
we're going to pick apples and actually pick grapes. That's like my family's thing, and then we always just get a pumpkin while we're there.
Okay. You
So
have
I don't
points.
count. I don't count that.
You guys keep track of your points?
I have 2.
Okay.
I have 2.
Okay. So the next one is never have I ever jumped in a pile of leaves within the last 5 years. All right. Are you guys ready?
Oh yeah.
3,
Yeah.
2, 1.
I mean, yeah.
If you haven't,
have
then
not.
we can't be friends.
Okay, maybe not 5 years. I live in New York. We don't really have trees.
You don't have Central Park.
It's far.
You make do with what you've got.
You're right. You're right.
I mean,
My favorite thing is-
sure, we're older, but like nothing takes the fun out of jumping in some leaves.
Yeah, I
right?
definitely have to go do that now.
The best thing is my grandma has a trampoline, and we always rake the leaves and put it in a kiddie pool and put it on the trampoline and then jump on the
That's
trampoline
fun.
with the
That's
leaves.
so
It's
cute.
so fun.
Okay, let's move on to our last question. Never have I ever used a Mean Girls reference on October 3rd. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3.
I have a story about this.
No.
I have.
Of course not.
What?
No.
I'm wearing pink. Anyway,
Can I say that I haven't even watched Mean Girls yet? I
Oh
am going
my
to see
God.
the musical though whenever it comes into
You have
the
to watch
city.
the movie first.
I
so
should, yeah.
do you guys remember in like high school and middle school when you'd always just post random things on Instagram and like not think about the consequences? Okay,
Right.
well, Nick, you don't count. So one of the things that I posted was a screenshot of the Mean Girls movie where she's saying, it's October 3rd. And I said, guess what day it is? Because it was October 3rd. So yeah, I archived that, so you can't
I
find
just
it
say
anymore,
it
but
when
it's
it's October 3rd. Like, it's
yeah,
October 3rd.
guess what day it is?
All right, do you guys have score? Keep track of your score?
Yeah.
All right, what do you have?
I think I have 3.
I have 3.
I also have 3.
Is
Do
it
we
a
all?
tie?
Okay, it's a tie. We all win. No losers here.
That's
All right,
unfortunate.
so we just got done answering some questions, and it seems like Kylie Jenner and Travis Scott are going to have to answer some questions themselves.
Uh-oh.
Our entertainment reporter Jen Lohman has the latest on one celebrity split and one Hollywood happy ending. Jen?
Thanks, guys. Kylie Jenner and Travis Scott are supposedly taking a break from their relationship of 2 years. A source told People magazine that the couple's priorities were clashing, causing them to split. Kylie's ready to settle down and possibly try for a second baby, while Travis is focused on his flourishing music career. The source said, quote, she still has trust issues with Travis. He hasn't been giving her the commitment that she needs, and Travis isn't ready to give her all that she wants, unquote.
The couple plan to put their 20-month-old daughter, Stormy, first. Another source told the magazine that she will spend equal time with both parents. Travis is said to already have moved out of their house and is living on his own. The pair still have yet to confirm these rumors. But to ring those wedding bells for this couple, though, Justin Bieber and Hailey Baldwin got married a second time on Monday. According to Vogue, the couple got married at the Montage Palmetto Bluff, a luxury waterfront resort in South Carolina. People like the Kardashians, Jaden Smith, and Justine Skye were in attendance. This ceremony comes about after the private courthouse ceremony back in New York in September of 2018. An insider told E! News that the couple felt that it was important to have a religious ceremony before God. They wanted to say their vows in front of their family and friends. They said, quote, they had smiles on their faces the entire night. They both made it a point to say hi to every guest and chat with everyone. It was a pretty intimate reception, and they were happy they could catch up with their friends and family and really enjoy the night, unquote. Hamilton playwright Lin-Manuel Miranda launched Freestyle Love Supreme, an improv hip-hop group on Broadway, on September 18th. The New York Times said that the group was created in 2004 while Miranda was working on his first Broadway musical, In the Heights. The show is being produced by Thomas Kail, Jill Furman, Jenny and John Steingart, and Miranda himself. The show is to run for 4 straight months, September to January, at the Booth Theater in New York. The Freestyle Love Supreme website says the performers will, quote, take suggestions from the audience and spin them into instantaneous riffs and full-length musical numbers. Tickets to the show are currently being sold on their website. That's your entertainment wrap-up. Let's wrap up this episode with our hosts at the couch.
Thanks, Jen. Before we go, we'd like to share with you this week's Ray of Sunshine.
In case you don't know, Ray of Sunshine is our way of starting your day with a smile and an inspirational quote.
This week's quote is from James York, and it reads, "The most successful people are those who are good at Plan B." Definitely. Because, I mean, you have your, everything set out the way that you want to do things in life. But it's never going to work out exactly the way that we plan. And so if you're really good at that Plan B, you don't have to worry about stressing or worry about what's going to come next.
For sure.
Exactly. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I'm actually currently in my Plan B. This was not how I expected my life to be going. When I was in high school, I wanted to go into music. But here we are, broadcasters on a show. So I'm living my Plan B right now. And, I'm starting to plan out some Plan C's, some Plan D's, and see where life goes, because you never know.
Yeah.
Right. I agree. I'm definitely still, merging out of Plan A into Plan B. Like you said, broadcaster, here we are. I think I want to go into production. I don't know. I still love being on camera, but behind the scenes is lots of fun. Sarah, I see you back there working, girl. I definitely agree. But that's all we've got for Daybreak this week. Thanks for watching.
You can catch clips from today's episode and all of our previous episodes on our Facebook page at Daybreak on UView.
And don't forget to check out the full episode and all of our episodes from UView on our website, uview.pointpark.edu. Tune in next week for the news you need. I'm Taylor Spirito.
I'm Nick Tomarello.
And I'm Brianna McCall, hoping your news is good news. Have a great week, everyone.